See, let me tell you something. The person behind a lot of this, the person garnering all this money to these teabaggers, all these ads, the person who engineered the Citizens United case, why do you think that the Supreme Court, those 5 conservative justices, those 5 neo-Nazi justices, why did they, the case before them, Citizens United, they were not asking the appellant or the what do you call it, the plaintiff, the person bringing the case before the Supreme Court. They were not asking the Supreme Court to rule that corporations had the same rights, if not greater, than people in providing money, unrestrained money, to PACs or to outside organizations, I should say. You know, you still can't give it directly to the candidate. But you can give it to outside organizations that can work on behalf of the candidate or something like that. It doesn't matter to me what the particulars are. It's still devastating. But it was Rove that engineered that. It was Rove, I've heard, that made a couple of phone calls to make sure that the ruling would go beyond what all Citizens United wanted, was the Supreme Court to rule that their 30-minute infomercial against Hillary Clinton had to play. Now, because it was because it wasn't a political ad, or they claimed it was, I don't know. But when the Supreme Court ruled it had to run, the Supreme Court went one step further and said, by the way, that's the activist judges that these teabag bastards and the right-wingers are always saying that the Democrats do. Because, yeah, the Democrats did things like declare that equal protection under the law applied to people of all races, not just whites. That's activism. All of this money that flooded the system this time, it's coming through the operatives that work for Karl Rove. Remember what Karl Rove talked about back during the Bush-Cheney crime family was establishing and maintaining a permanent Republican majority. And he couldn't do it while Bush was in office, because Bush and Cheney were such criminals. They were such highwaymen, such liars, cheats. You know, Bush came out today and admitted in his book, not today, but in his book, he admitted that he authorized torture. He said, yeah, Sheikh Khalid Muhammad, or that's a whole different topic. Maybe I can get to that tomorrow. But the beast behind all this is this pudgy, pasty, Pillsbury doughboy, Karl Rove. This rat bastard is the gift that just keeps on giving. Not only does he make a couple of phone calls and get the Supreme Court to rule the way they ruled, which the petitioner was not asking for. Citizens United was not asking for a sweeping ruling that the 5 Nazi justices decided to come up with. That was the result of Karl Rove. Once that happened, because Karl Rove left the word filter to the people who needed to know that he was just waiting for the key, the magic key, to unlock that door, that flood of money, and then, by God, the permanent Republican majority will be there. So I just hope that when Glenn Beck commits suicide, that Karl Rove happens to be standing behind him. You know what I mean? Rove is... Why would somebody like Beck or Rove or Limbaugh, all of whom are multi-millionaires, why would they want to destroy everything for the rest of us? And the answer is because they can. Because it's fun. It's sport. These power-crazy people, neo-fascists of a sort that would have embarrassed Hermann Goering. They do it for sport. They do it because they can. I mean, they have almost everything. They already have everything. Okay, not everything. 99% of everything. And that's what pisses them off. How come I've only got 99%? I want 100%. To think that the richest 5% in this country has a net worth of $40 trillion, which is more wealth than the entire human race had put together prior to 1980. The entire human race. That's got to include the Catholic Church, the Greeks, the Romans, the Egyptians, the Chinese, all those ancient cultures with their temples of gold. 5%, the top 5% of Americans, 40 trillion in wealth. And you people want 41 trillion, don't you? Or 42 if it's there. Or 43 if you can squeeze a little bit more out of the working class. You bastards.